Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys around some old school miners. S19s, S17s, S9s, S7. We even have an S1 here. So showing you guys around these miners. Even going over these USB guys. Little tiny little miners there. So if you think that's interesting, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, go to cryptollc.org. If you're looking to set up a GPU or ASIC mining farm, we are at the Bitcoin 2023 conference in Miami. If you're interested in the Miami conference, check out our channel. We got a bunch of videos going over various containers, miners, all that stuff. Subscribe to the channel, like on this video. And again, back to our main business here at Crypto LLCs. We set up mining farms for clients all over the world. If you're looking to set up a farm in United States or a different country, any state basically, North Dakota, South Dakota, California, if you have a good electric rate, probably not. California's gonna be a little bit hard. But if you're in Washington, Oregon, if you're in Texas, if you are in Georgia, Kentucky, Illinois, Minnesota, Canada, if you're in South America, Europe, the Middle East, wherever you are, we can set up a farm for you at cryptollc.org. Now we can start from just absolutely nothing and have the gravel put in and digging out all the conduits for all the copper and the transformer space. So start from nothing. Or we can start from an existing facility, existing coal mine, a mill, whatever it is, we can help you set up a farm there. And before we get started, Bitcoin saves your wealth and Jesus Christ saves your soul. All right, so today's video, we're gonna be talking about the top of the line S19 XP and just go down the list, showing you guys all the various information here. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting here. So let's start off with the S19 XP. See the date it was made, hash rate, chip, nanometer, and so on. This is a top of the line miner, 141 terahash. Efficiency, let's see if they have that on here. Does not look like it does. Efficiency is 21.5 as I remember. Down from there, this is the top of the line S19. Now there's S19J and J Pro and all that stuff. They skipped all that. We're just going down to the next series, which is the S17. 2009, 52 terahash, 7 nanometers. So we're going from 5 down to 7. Worse efficiency. This is an older miner. This is an S19. There's also S19 Pro and S19. No, I got mixed up. This is an S17. There's an S17 Pro and S17 Plus. This one here is just an S17. See how similar it looks to this one. Down from there, we're going to the S15. 2008, hash rate 28, chip, 7 nanometer. Little miner here, 2018, S15, little PSU, just one plug. See, they switched it up from one plug to 2 plugs, one here, one here. 3 fans rather than 2 fans, and then they changed it again to 3 bigger fans and 2 at the bottom. Makes it way more economical. You have to have one wire coming in here and then one wire coming in here. They're both at the bottom. Bigger fans to cool off that PSU. These PSUs, they overheated a lot. All right, let's move down to Whatsminer. So we have a Whatsminer here, M1, released 2017. Chip is 28 nanometer. That's a really old guy. This is like an S9 level Whatsminer here. This one over here is a Whatsminer M3 V2 2018, 28 nanometer again, just 13 terahash. It's a 12 terahash. Compare that to a Bitmain S9, which is 14 terahash, usually 14, 16 terahash. I'll actually show you one right here. This one's a 13.5 S9. So down from the S15, coming down to the S9, July 2017, hash rate 13.5, chip 16 nanometer. So you can see how that chip, in terms of nanometers, is a lot better than this Whatsminer here, which is at 28 nanometer on the chip. It's a 16. I do not know, actually, we can actually go off of this. 2200 watts, this is 1300 watts. More economical there and faster as well. Yeah, this one is 13, this is 13.2, 0.5. These S9s are like legendary Bitmain miners. They are indestructible. They will not die. Hash boards will run forever on these S9s. They're literally like, you can run them for like 10 years. They'll just keep running and running. Really good miners. And we got an S7 here, 2016, 4.7 terahash. This is the one right before the S9. See, the watt usage is very, very close to the S9, except you're jumping up from a hash rate of 4.7 to 13.5. So you're almost tripling the hash rate and using the same amount of power. It's a really good bump. It's a really good upgrade from the S7 to the S9. And the reason for that is the nanometers. You're going from a 28 nanometer chip down to a 16 nanometer chip. Provides you better efficiency at basically the same wattage. You can look inside the internal guts of an S1. Looks like an S1. Never had one of these. This is a really old miner, 2013. It's like ancient. You can see how tiny little heat sinks on every single chip here. And then down here we have gigantic heat sinks. Look at the nanometer here. What's the nanometer? Did not see that. Did not see the nanometer. But look at this, 220 gigahashes. It's not even 1 terahash. You know, compare that to this over here. This is a 13 terahash. So you're going up from 200. This is like 0.22 of 1 terahash. This is 13 terahash. This is 13, or like, no, this is like 30 times more powerful than this one over here. And then on top of that, you have the S19, which is 141 compared to 13. That's going to be 10 times more powerful than the S9, the S19 XP. That's how big of a jump we had just in the last decade. Moving on to the S3 miner here, also a very ancient miner. You know, we started mining when it was just at S9 rarity level. You see semi-rare, 28 nanometer chip, hash rate 453. It's half a terahash. It's very slow. 2014 miner. And then we have another Bitmain miner there. What is this one? This is an S5. Interesting, S5. Very rare, hash rate 16 terahash. Released in 2016. Interesting. I wonder what the power draw is on this. Do not see it. Okay, possible S9 first prototype. Yeah, it makes sense because the hash rate is 16. It's a very good hash rate. I wonder where they got this miner from. But anyway, we have a Dragon Mint. We did have a couple of these miners before. It's a Dragon Mint miner. It's a different brand. It's got an S9. 2018, 60 terahash, 10 nanometer chip. That's a good nanometer chip there compared to the Bitmains at the time. The Bitmains at the time, the S9s, were at 16 nanometers. This is a better nanometer chip. I wonder if its efficiency was about the same. Actually, it's about the same actually, even though the chip nanometer, in terms of nanometers, is 10, but it's still about as efficient as an S9, which is very interesting because it's such a drastic change from 16 to 10, and your efficiency is still the same. Must have been using some lower quality 10 nanometer chips. Anyway, moving on to our next guy here. This is a C1 water cooled. Came out in 2014. Bitmain miner. So it's using 820 watts, 28 nanometer chip, very old nanometer chip, very rare miner. Also, never ran any of these guys here. I've never seen one. Here it is. Then we can move on to some super old 2014 8 gigahash. Man, this thing is slow. 55 nanometers. This thing's like a million years old. Never seen anyone mine on those. Never ever seen one of those. So yeah, let me go take a look at those USB miners over here. So these USB miners are like really cheap, but they're very, very slow, and they just run on a USB. See here, they have no fan. And you do want to run a fan through them, and you see those. Sometimes they have these USB things for sale, like a multiple port USB. It's like a big old stick, and you just plug these guys in. There's a fan blowing through them. That's what the USB Bitcoin miners used to do like a long time ago, like 5 years ago. But now it's basically like impossible to get these things to give you much. It's basically impossible. Everyone already moved on to very powerful machines to bring that efficiency down. A lot of airflow. Like you look at the newest Bitmain miner, you got 4 fans, 2 in the back, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. You got 3 big fans, decently sized fans, just to cool off the PSU. It's running at what's that? I think it's 3,000 watts. Yeah, 3,030 watts. 5 nanometer chip, 141 terahash. This is what I'm talking about. This is a miner right here. This is a solid miner. One of the best. Well, it is the best actually, the best miner. These guys, you probably need like 1,000 of these to make one of these. You know, probably like 1,000 of those guys. It's a huge difference. But back in the day, they used to run on these USB sticks. All right, so there you go. So that's the museum. This is Mining Museum right up there, powered by Cryptech. I'll look at the Museum of Bitcoin Miners, Whatsminers. We had a Dragon Mint. We had a Whatsminer, Bitmain, and Dragon Mint. There's probably Avalon miners somewhere around there as well. And we have obviously our famous USB stick miners. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys like it. You know what to do. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and go to cryptollc.org if you're looking to set up a GPU or ASIC mining farm. We set up farms all over the world. So if you want to set one up in Brazil, in Argentina, maybe in Paraguay. You want to set one up in Europe, you know, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, South Europe, North Europe, whatever it is, Norway, Russia, Germany. We can help you set that up from start to finish. You just have a plot of land, or maybe you have an old mill, an old coal plant. Maybe you're like, hey, I want to buy this old, you know, paper mill, and I want to use that available 50 megawatts to build a Bitcoin farm, but you do not know how. You want to bring an expert in and help you set that up. We do that here at cryptollc.org. So check out our site. Send us an email. We'll be in touch. That's going to be it for this one. Until next time. Bye.